All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the Fix This Build That Sunday Night Live show. I'm Brad.
And I'm Susan.
And happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day to my wife and the mother of our 3 children.
That's right.
And I was like we just got off the Instagram and I was like, yeah, she's the mother to all my children. And I was like, well,
it was a little awkward.
Susan, who's the mother to my, well, I don't remember what I said, but
that sounds
the way
like
I said it was like, yeah, she's the mother of some of my children, but
yeah.
not the other. Like,
no.
No.
All children belong to me.
All children that I have are ours.
Ours.
Together. So happy Mother's Day to all the awesome moms out there.
Yeah.
And if we have any mothers here on the live, then I hope you guys had a great
Happy
day.
Mother's
And
Day.
all the husbands, sons, daughters, hope you guys took care of your mom.
That's right.
Or your wives and all that good stuff. So
I think Mother's Day being first is nice because the dads, the fathers get to set the precedent because Father's Day is right around the corner.
Oh, it is. It is.
So you'll be getting a bouquet of flowers and breakfast in bed.
Yes,
so,
and if I didn't do the breakfast in bed, then she'd be like, no, you ain't getting nothing. So yeah, we did breakfast in bed in the morning with the kids. They helped make stuff.
They
did.
And
it's kind of a little tradition we have here. Mm-hmm. And it was awesome.
It was nice. It was really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So by the way, this morning we did launch the deck upgrade, which it's kind of interesting because the way that we went with the title on it. So if you haven't seen the video yet, it is an upgrade to our deck, which was like under deck storage and like new deck skirting with a modern alternative to lattice.
Right.
But the way I leaned into it was like I stole my neighbor's fence to upgrade my deck.
With permission.
And that's why it was stole.
Yeah.
I stole my neighbor's. But it was kind of fun. So if you haven't seen the video, it's out now. Go check it out. And it was all about me getting some old fence posts or old whole fence sections. The entire fence was torn down with my neighbor, and they were going to toss it out. And I was like,
free lumber.
Yo, can I take
we
that?
We saved him money though. Well, he was going to have to pay.
He was going to actually have to pay to have it taken away.
Right.
He was going to have to pay like a few $100s.
Yeah.
And so he was like, absolutely. You can, I'm saving him money, then I'm getting, it's like perfect win-win.
Right.
So if you can, find that in your area, that'd be awesome. But that's what we did. And then I did all the work and turned it into basically deck skirting.
Beautiful deck skirting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a little modern feel to it because I despise the look of lattice. I just hate it.
This is one of those projects that, our children, they're used to Brad building things a lot, and as you would imagine, and fixing things and all that.
Fixing this and building
that, if you will. But so usually they're like, oh, Dad made that. That's cool. They're hard to impress, right? This is like normal for them. All 3 of them independently, when they were out there seeing it for the first time, they were all like, whoa. That looks really good. It does. It looks
because
so
they're
nice.
in the backyard all the time.
They are.
It's,
they see it. They see that area more than we do, really.
And it was an extension. I didn't actually hit it in the video. I should have, but that is how I reduced my KTT, which would be Kid Toy Takeover, down to very minimal rate. Is that we're moving all the bikes and stuff under the deck. So
has not happened yet, but it will.
We're
in process.
It's coming.
We've got to get them used to that
That's right.
backyard bike sitch.
That's what we had. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. But before we go any further, I do want to thank some new members of the Builders Club. We had Eric Sorensen and Nidal Safi. So thank you so much, guys, for joining the Builders Club. And if you're not familiar with the Builders Club, it's basically the inner circle of the Fix This Build That audience where they get early access. So they actually got access to the video yesterday, as well as free plans, credits in the videos, as well as the lives and some other cool features. So if you want to get more information about that, you can head to fixthisbuildthat.com/Builders Club. And thank you so much for everybody who's out there, all the Builder Club members who are supporting the channel. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. So, And by the way, this is like back-to-back weeks of video. Let's see who we have.
I was going to say something, but
let's
then
greet some folks.
I didn't. Yeah,
let's hear it. We had Larry. Larry was also over on Instagram. What is up, Larry? We had Larry and James early in. Stan Powell. How's it going, Stan? And we got Will in the house. Who else we got? Travis, Ethan, Doc. What's up, Doc?
Hey, Doc.
And
does it say Nate the Great?
Nathan's Woodworks. It may be a Nate the Great in there somewhere as well.
I don't know.
Lots of folks are saying Happy Mother's Day to you. We got Brian Farth here. Faliabus in the house. Everyone's saying Happy Mother's Day. Teresa switched on over.
Oh, he's coming to us from the storm shelter.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah.
Oh,
we had some storms roll through.
Crazy lightning and thunder.
Not too long ago. Yeah. When we got back from my parents' house, there's like huge lightning bolts and everything. It was a bit crazy.
It was a little crazy.
From St. Catharines, Jeff Baker. I don't know where's that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Sounds nice.
Dave McDowell, what is up? We got Plain Old Woodworker. Awesome. We got a lot of folks over here. Glad to see everybody. And Scott, what's up, Scott? Which we have some beer from Scott a little bit later. And Philip Reed and Marcoa Ortiz. Awesome.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, or is that Marcos?
Wallen's here
Marcos,
too.
not Marcoa. So this was the second week in a row.
I mean, yeah.
We're making big moves around here.
I see you drinking my water, by the way.
I haven't drank it yet.
You're about to.
Making moves.
I'll just drink some of your beer. I know, 2 weeks. Well, that makes sense because we were so slammed before because we were doing both of those videos pretty much at the same time.
Right, yeah.
And the deck
and we had
skirting,
the one in approval for a while.
The deck,
The deck, but.
And the deck skirting turned out beautiful and we saved a lot of money, but it was a whole...
It was a whole thing.
Definitely
We had a lot of rain. Like whenever you're doing an outdoor project and it's like the rain, you're dealing with the rain, and you have to stain things.
Tricky.
It was, it got bad. I was using an MDF work table out there, and at one point that got left out in the rain, and it was like a disaster. We threw a tarp over it, so we knew it was going to rain. We tarped it. Apparently the tarp has leaks.
Oh no, I don't think I knew about this.
Oh yeah, the whole backside of that thing is just destroyed now, and it's like a big potato chip, and
great.
It's actually got mold and stuff on it now too. So
Banana boat, potato chip.
Yeah, it took the fast boat to Banana Town. That was one of my sayings from the last video. So
I want to know where you come up with this stuff.
I don't know. I just
silly, but yeah, I was impressed with us. What's our next video?
The next video is we're going to do the sound isolation.
Oh, right,
panels.
right. Yeah.
So if you have seen the shop tour, then you saw me talking about it. It's actually a little bit better, not a ton, but a little bit better because we have more junk back in here.
Yeah.
But when we emptied everything out, and especially because of the shop tour, like I had everything cleaned and cleared off the floor, the echo in here was really bad.
It was pretty bad, yeah.
Like enough where we had to scrap the footage, which I think I told you guys about.
Yeah, we did.
But I have 3 rows of 3 lights in here kind of running this way. And so we're going to put sound dampening panels that I'm going to make in between both of those runs. So, we should be able to get a large reduction in at least the sound waves that are bouncing off the ceiling. We still need a little bit of work on the walls. And I'm going to look at getting some flooring in here, some rubber flooring as well, that I've been looking at for a while, but I think we're going to finally do it. So
yeah,
that'll be the first step, is the sound
dampening. Yeah,
sound dampening.
Well, makes sense.
The
noise reduction.
What do they call it?
I don't know.
Sound panels.
Well, because anything that we're going to shoot in here from here on out, there's that strong likelihood of an echo. And that's not a good look for your video. And then I have to hold up the Sherpa blankets.
Yeah. Susan,
with my sticks.
Well, I'll have that that'll be in that video. I'll pull the footage from the camera.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm just sitting there
This is just
for hours.
I love it.
But it worked. I mean, it helped at least. It made it doable. But yeah, that's not a permanent solution for sure.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Let's hear. Marcos is new to the live stream but loves the videos.
Ah.
Well, thank you, man.
Welcome.
And I saw something else. What was it? My neighbor's always asking me to build them stuff. Brian, they're more asking to borrow tools. I do get a few requests to build different things, but it's more like, hey, can I borrow? And so I'm kind of the neighborhood tool rental, but not
not a lot.
Tons, but there's a handful, and I like help. And typically it depends upon who it is. But typically, if they're asking to borrow something, I'll go help them do it.
Right. Right.
Because I'm like,
because sometimes they'll come and help us. It's kind of fun
to be able to help somebody, especially like somebody who doesn't really know how to use things.
Well, but then there are some people that are pretty knowledgeable in other areas of, working with your hands, and so you have called them before to get perspectives on things. Yeah, so it kind of goes both ways.
I mainly call for muscle. I'm like, hey, can you help me move? I just got a new joiner in. Can you help me move this up onto the stand? Or that's
and I feel like we've been in a
for.
pinch where I forget what that was, but you called the guy one street
Oh,
over,
yep.
and he was like, I don't know, I would hire that out or something.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
dang.
And, yeah, one of my buddies a street over is a general contractor.
Right.
And I'll call him and be like, hey, when we were doing the bathroom remodel, so if I'm
That's what it
doing
was,
remodeling
yeah.
stuff, I'll consult him
Yep.
because
I feel like
he does that stuff for a living, and
Right.
he's seen a lot.
he's got a lot of
And
people,
he's seen a lot of the
too.
houses in this area. So
Yes, which is always helpful. Yeah, the people that usually wind up hitting us up, and it hasn't happened in a while, are like other women that I meet that like
Oh, yeah.
when I
your husband's
I mean,
a
I don't.
woodworker?
Yeah, your husband's a woodworker. Oh, we need someone to
Can
like
they make-
fix a bookcase or build us X, Y, you know, anything. I'm like, yeah, he's not that kind of woodworker.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
you.
that's right.
We don't do that.
I'm like, no, I don't make stuff for people.
No.
I just
Just for ourselves.
All
gonna make
right.
videos about it.
But we have a couple things actually. We're gonna hit beer of the week.
Do it. Beer of the week. Beer of the week. We should have
right.
like a Mother's Day version of
We
that.
should. Beer of the week. This is the third in the Contact series from Elysian,
Contact
courtesy
series.
of Scott over at Dad It Yourself DIY. Thank you, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little concerned about this one, quite frankly. So,
Altered Contacts?
Tart IPA. Because
Tart
you never
IPA.
know. But what was that one? Oh, it was the pink.
You
not
like
the
that
pink
one?
Wild Little Thing. It was the Wild Little Thing.
Yes. Brad's a fan of the
that's like
Wild
Little
Little
Bubble.
Thing.
All right, let's
What's
check
that
it out.
pink one called?
That's what it's called.
It's just called, oh, you're right. Yeah. I'm a big fan of the Hazy Little Thing, and he's a big fan of the Wild Little Thing.
That is not. Ooh.
Did it change? Let me try it.
No, it's just it's very grapefruity. It's
Well,
like
I love
almost,
grapefruit.
It's like a. It's
Ooh, it
almost like a
is.
shandy.
This smells wonderful.
It's almost like a grapefruit shandy, except in an IPA version. That's smooth too.
Ooh, I love that. Oh,
That is really good.
then it kind of gets you on the backside.
Yeah.
It's like up on the roof of your mouth.
It's
a little sour.
plug into galvanized notes of orange, tangerine, mango, and there's not
I
there's
can
not
totally
even
taste
grapefruit.
that.
Orange, tangerine,
Really?
mango, and pineapple. Yeah.
It is very citrusy, which I like in this kind of beer. This is like a good summer sit outside, watch the sunset, be at
Dude,
the
I
beach.
dig that.
Yeah, let me have another.
That's a good one, Scott.
Do we have another one in there?
We do, and not a cold. You hit the warm one. So there you go. Go check it out. I'm giving it 2 thumbs up.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's got a little aftertaste that kind of gets you,
But I like it.
but it's good.
Now, all right.
Yay,
let's
thanks,
see
Scott.
what we got here. Still waiting for the hat restock, Ripcord.
You're not alone. I'm sorry, I didn't
Hey,
mean to
what's up,
laugh.
man? Thanks for
I
coming
think
over.
we get asked about the hats every week.
I know.
We need
I
a
just
hat
had to call it
person.
anyway.
We need someone to head that up for us.
Let's see here, Flybus. How do I like the Bora foldable workbench? Look like I have 2 smaller ones. Yes, I do. I have 2. Instead of getting the huge 4x8s, if you're not familiar, it's the Bora. It used to be the Centipede. Now it's like the Bora. I think they still kept the name, but they bought the company Centipede.
What are you looking at? Where is this thing?
I'm not looking at anything. They're over there. The orange things.
Oh, gotcha.
And you take it, and it's like it's all bundled up, and it's like posts. So the ones that I have are 2 foot by 4 foot, and it's got 6 posts, making 2 2x2 squares next to each other. And so you kind of pull it out, and they're like the arms. If you guys have seen what Izzy Swan has been doing, he came with this like clamping system. That thing's awesome. Same idea. It's got like a, it's basically a scissor mechanism where you can put it together. And so instead of having that huge one, because the 4x8, would be double that size
Right.
or quadruple that size actually, because 2x4, 2x4,
Pretty
2x4,
big.
be 4x4, and then 2 more. It was too big, and so instead of getting the huge 4x8 one, I went with 2 2x4 ones, which works well for me because then I can space it out, and won't have complete support on a 4x8 sheet of plywood, but a lot of times I'm using an offcut for the work surface anyway.
Yeah.
So
They remind.
they work nice, but I like them. They're great for vertical storage and weight bearing, but any side to side, no bueno.
Yeah.
The thing that's, it's not like if you bump into it, it's gonna fall down. The part that they really are not good for is if you want to lever something up onto it. So if you're taking that sheet of plywood, like to try to get that sheet of plywood, you can't, like if I was going to put a piece of plywood on this table, I would use the edge of the table to help lever it up there and then
Yeah.
take some of the weight off me.
They're not really sturdy.
You cannot do that
No.
on these. You will do that and it will just collapse. It'll
Yeah.
just like fold over that way. And so like when I get those, I have to kind of like just slap it. So I'm like literally slapping it on top whenever I'm putting plywood or whatever on there. So that's my biggest pet peeve on those. And I think there are potentially some attachments they have for that you can like put the 2x4 in, but like as they just can't come straight out of the bag, if you just open them up, they're not going to work well for that. That being said, I work around it, and they
we've
serve their
used
purpose.
them quite a few times too.
They're great for finishing too.
Yeah.
Like if you need a portable, I mean, they're great for what they are. If you need
They're
a
really
portable work
lightweight,
surface
which is nice.
to hold stuff, but it's not for like, you're not gonna be doing joinery on this thing, right?
No.
You're not be banging around on it. If you just need a place to set some stuff,
Yeah.
it's good. So yeah, I would, knowing what I just said, I would recommend them, knowing that the vertical, or excuse me, the horizontal weight bearing is like basically zero.
All right.
Dave McDowell, do I have a video on replacing an inside windowsill? I do not. I've never, I have that, but not here.
Excuse me.
Not here.
Still tired even though it's
You're right, I
Mother's
know.
Day.
It's okay.
Which is ridiculous because I did sleep in this morning and have breakfast in bed. So I have no excuses.
All right, so we have a new segment,
We are.
which
Oh, that's right. I forgot about this.
we do. I don't.
Do
even,
you have a little
is
thing on the
Drew
screen
here?
for
I
it?
don't. I haven't made it yet.
It's that new. You
It
guys are
is.
like,
This is segment
You're-
1 of 1.
right, you're just,
Depending,
you're here early.
Katie, we're waiting for the marshmallows. So,
Send them,
so
Katie.
this is from Drew Hall. So this segment is mail time. Mail
Mail
time.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
just
it.
one. Just a stinger.
Just mail time.
Mail time. Just done.
Yeah.
We got to record all these. We need to get in the studio. So Drew Hall
Mail time.
Drew Hall was going to send some beer.
Then he thought better of it.
And then,
He's like,
there are
no.
complications with sending beer. Scott has figured it out. Apparently Scott's sending more beer.
Oh, really?
He's like, I'm sending more beer. I'm like, yeah, you
All right.
You keep sending it, we'll keep drinking it.
Yeah.
So if you guys ever
I'll
want to send
steal
anything to the
Brad's
channel,
beer.
we love mail.
We do. Who doesn't love getting
doesn't love
mail? Like fun mail.
And so
Packages.
anyway, Drew decided that instead of sending beer,
Yes.
he was going to send hot sauce.
Hot sauce. I feel like
this
that could
is
be a
from-
song.
This is, what a great name though, Hoff sauce. Hoff
Oh,
sauce.
let me
So
see.
it
I'm
kinda-
going to see
it
the
almost, sounds
packaging.
like hot sauces. Hoff sauce. Hopefully this
Hoff barbecue. Where is this from?
isn't down. He said, I think
says
it's from like
handmade
Kingsport, Tri-Cities.
batches.
So it's like northeast Tennessee.
Oh, the smoking ghost.
So
Why is the ghost
ooh,
smoking?
Probably like a.
Mean green. Do we have all of these?
Oh,
Get
no,
out
we don't
of
have all them.
here.
It's out of Chattanooga. That's right.
Chattanooga.
Dude, check
We
out
love
that.
Chattanooga.
That is that's some good packaging right there.
So like,
Look at that. That's cool.
ooh, pulled pork.
guess
Hang
this
on,
is
which one
the
is
Hoff.
this? Which one is this?
This is
The Hoff sauce?
just the Hoff sauce. This is your
suggested pairings: pizza, mac and cheese, chicken wings, biscuits and gravy. I mean, this could not
There's
be
the
more
mean green.
southern.
There's the mean green.
Okay, suggested
Jalapenos.
pairings: breakfast burritos, fish tacos, creamy casseroles, pasta salads. Love it.
Gosh, this one-
Mean
oh my gosh, I
green.
was gonna say this one feels heavy. Look at this bad boy.
Ooh, it's got coffee in
The
it.
delicious kick of frothy monkey.
We have a
cold
frothy
brew.
monkey nearby. Okay,
And
that
Wake
one.
up call hot sauce. Dude, look at this
Suggested pairings: pulled pork, rice dishes, eggs, Bloody Marys.
thing. So a big thank you.
Man, this
Drew.
looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm busting this open because this
Cold
one is.
brew coffee hot sauce.
Hold on. This
What?
is. I have to taste this.
Well, what are you gonna eat it with?
Well, I'm just gonna
We need like a pretzel or
dab.
something. Little dabble, do you?
Ooh. That is
Ooh,
that is tasty. That's like.
that was like the tiniest amount ever. Well, it's called Wake Up, right? Oh my gosh, it's still
good.
burning in my mouth.
But I tasted more of the coffee. So, dude, I love the pack. Look at that.
Ooh, look at the little thing on
that's
the
cool. It's got
side.
a little meter on the side.
This
too.
is somebody was thinking. Great
Great
taste.
packaging.
Toddler. I'm sorry. The categories for hotness, I guess. Toddler,
The bottom one's toddler.
lightweight, great taste. This one's great taste for the record.
They're all great taste. Don't worry,
Teary-eyed and death wish.
all three of these were great taste.
Oh my
Those are
gosh.
just sit- I don't know if those are still.
Oh,
on
and they
the
have it
front.
on
They'll be
here
sitting there.
too. The worst one is this, like for heat, is Smokin' Ghost.
Smoking Ghost.
Which
yeah.
just
We did not
sounds
get that,
cool.
So thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for that. Because we
It
can
has
only take
ghost
so much.
chilies, as
Ghost
you would
chili peppers,
imagine.
As you'd imagine.
Very cool. Thank you. Ooh,
All
look
right,
at the
let's jump on here.
sliders.
So if you guys are interested in sending anything for us to check out, whether it's food, we love food. I mean, that's kind of like what we enjoy the most.
We do like food.
Hit me up in a DM on Instagram, and I'll give you guys the PO box. If
Man, my
there's
mouth is
other
still
things-
burning.
I know. I mean, seriously, I
That
just
was
took a
like
little
the
bit.
tiniest amount too. Wow.
And Katie is here.
I'm pretty excited about this.
Katie in the house.
Still looking at
Let's
this.
see here. All right, how we doing? How we doing? Let's see here.
Woo.
I know, dude, that is hot, man. That is like Christian Helms. What's up, my man? How are you?
Hey.
Christian, one of the new members of the Builders Club. All right. She said, wait, what did I miss? Gonna spend the weekend. Oh, sorry. I was
What?
thinking about marshmallows. I don't know. I got nothing. Micah
What?
Hicks, how's it going, man? We start at 9 p.m. Central Standard.
That's right.
Every Sunday.
We do.
And, you know, sometimes like that. But then.
Typically.
Yeah. I don't know what this is, but we're just.
Brad, fix your mic, they're saying.
Oh, fix my mic?
I don't know what's wrong with
Oh,
the mic.
was it knocking that thing?
Is it irritating you guys?
Sorry. Is Brad's
Smoke
mic off?
and goes.
Is it? Shouldn't be.
I
can
don't know.
see it. I probably had. I think it opened up. Sorry about that, Teresa.
Is Brad's mic off? They're asking.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this good? Is that better? Hopefully that's better. I think it fell out. The shirt opened up.
Aha. We had
all that
technical
good stuff.
difficulties.
Technical
seriously,
difficulties.
my mouth is still burning.
Oh, hush.
I mean,
You're
just
fine.
a little bit, just like enough that you can still feel it.
You're fine. Christian, thank you, man. Yeah, we love the deck addition, or not the. It's an addition to the deck.
It looks really
it's not
nice
an addition
now.
to the deck, but it is
Yeah.
a new part of the deck.
At the end of the video, when you can see the before and after,
Oh yeah.
it's
like
just reminds you of how ugly it was before. We lived like that for years and years.
we live like heathens.
We did.
All right. What else? Much better. There you go. Sorry about that. Yeah. It opened up and it was like pointing away.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, they're probably picking at me instead. Hello.
Hello.
It's probably pointed toward
Yeah.
me.
Micah, his first live. Well,
All right. Welcome.
We do this every live, so
We do.
or every Sunday. We do the live every live. Yes, we do.
I agreed with you too.
You did. You were like,
was
yes,
like,
we do.
sure,
Okay.
makes
Everybody
sense.
says, yeah. Good.
All right. We're good. We're all set.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, cool. Perfect. And yeah, so the sound isolation, sound dampening panels,
Yep.
sound dampening, sound canceling, whatever.
Yep.
I think that's gonna be a pretty quick build. And so I think the way I wanna go with it, because I'm gonna use actually, and there's several people who have done them, but Alexander Chappelle, who, I don't know if it's Chappell or Chappelle. I don't think I've ever heard him say his last name. But anyway, he is from,
Is he like Danish or
where
something?
was it
Norwegian?
Denmark? Was it Denmark? I think he might be from Denmark.
Somewhere up there.
He's definitely from the Scandinavian
Belgian?
countries.
Is he Belgian? Belgian?
Could be.
I think he's
Could be.
Belgian, maybe.
Saw him eating a waffle. No.
Chocolate.
Anyway, he
Sounds like the best place to be. Waffles and chocolate.
he made some, and I'm going to use his technique to make them. And he did a French cleat, and that's what going in. That's my thought. That may change, but he used a French cleat to hang them, which I thought was super cool.
Yeah.
So that you could just kind of put those up there, and then when you're putting those up, you're not having to like attach them with all that heaviness. You just put them up and slide them. And so instead of going into the build, which is super simple anyway, I was going to probably take it to the approach of like, is our sound dampening panels worth it or something like that, and do more of like a little bit of a technical analysis, like have a funny analysis and a technical analysis.
This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Yeah, I know. It's the first time.
I would say the answer is yes,
Yes.
in our case.
So I don't know.
I have a question.
We're going to
for
find
you.
out. Yes.
Very important question. How high are our ceilings?
11 feet.
Will I, at any point, need to be up on a ladder 11 feet in the air for this project?
I mean, when you say 11 feet in the air, like your hand would be at 11 feet in the air at most.
Okay, so how high up will I need to be?
You're like 7'3", so like
tall.
you're just standing on this.
I do
and
not
you
like
reach the ceiling.
heights. Oh my gosh.
No, we've got those Mac Daddy 10-foot ladders. Those are so stable.
I can just picture myself
I might not even need
plummeting
you.
from them.
I might not even need you because so I'm gonna make them. It's gonna fit rock wool or Roxol, whatever. I think the brand is rock wool, and then the actual item might be Roxol, but whatever it is, they are the pre-cut ones that I'm gonna use, which are 48 by 24. I think they make them in 16 and then in 24 lengths, and I'm gonna do the 48 by 24s, I believe. So I should be able to like. What I can, yeah. I mean, I can
can
hold
do
4
that.
foot. Yeah.
Awesome.
Should be fine.
Sure. We'll make it work.
Yes, but that's whatever. We'll have a talk when that comes. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
We should
Susan
taste.
heard height and said, nope, that's right.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Jonathan was saying we should do the last dab. Have you watched any of the hot ones?
Yeah, well, I watched that one with you.
What do you watch? The Paul
Which
Rudd one?
No, I watched Jennifer Gardner. I love Jennifer Gardner. So I think I watched it with you, maybe not.
But the last dab is like the one, like they do the last dab, and it's like the hottest one.
Oh.
that'll like just kill you.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's really funny to watch how people do it.
I want to see that.
No, yeah, Susan and I, we should though do hot ones. Be like, get wings and just. It'd be like our hands would be so like we wouldn't be able to control anything. We're like, oh, we're done, and just like
I'll be crying.
I'll just like trip over the stuff to turn it off.
Yeah. No, yeah, I can't imagine.
She doesn't do heat.
I mean, I like throw me under the bus. Like I like some heat. I'm not a person that can't have any heat whatsoever.
Yeah.
But if we're on the scale of like 1 to 10 for heat, probably like a 4 or 5. So I'm not really high. I'm not a 1 or a 2.
Yeah. Okay, that's
but
fine.
you're probably more like a 7 or an 8.
Yeah. I'm not like a 10.
No. Well, like you like more heat than I do.
Yeah.
Like whenever we get Chipotle, which is all the time, Brett's always like dousing
I
it
use
in
like
the,
a quarter of a bottle of smoked sauce like per burrito.
And I like some because it does bring out more flavor, but I'm like, choop, choop, choop,
Yeah,
done.
she like drips it.
Yeah.
Makes it easier for me.
Like,
Michael Stockdale, what's up from South Carolina? And Micah from Arkansas, awesome. Yeah, how many folks do we have that are international here? Do we have any? We get like
there's South America.
Instagram has huge. We get a
Yeah.
huge. Jonathan, are you in Europe right now?
Well, I think he was saying. Sorry, I think he was maybe referencing Chappelle saying in
yes.
Europe.
Gotcha. I was like, are you
That
in
was
Europe
my
right now?
take
Like,
on it.
Like, I know you're not in Europe.
But I know since you asked who's here,
Yes.
I'm just going to predict that someone is here from Chile and Brazil.
I'm just saying no. That's Instagram. Like they don't. It doesn't.
They're here too.
It doesn't flow
usually.
over.
I don't know if you're
I'm
here
saying
from
it doesn't
Chile or
flow over.
Brazil. Help me out, or anywhere in South or Central.
Ooh,
America.
Ripcore says he finished his 3rd bottle of that sauce. Good on tacos.
Wow.
Of the last dab. Ripcore, is that what you're talking about? The last dab?
Or is it this stuff?
Or this stuff?
Like, is this something?
Jonathan, we do have.
we
do have a PO box. I'll just put it in here.
Yeah, sure.
In case anybody.
Send us things. Yeah, like, so is this Hoff sauce? Like, do y'all know about this? Are we just under a rock? I mean, even if you don't live in this area, because Chattanooga is not that far from Nashville. It's like 2.5 hours, right?
Oh, actually, yeah. DM me and I'll send that because I don't want to put that in there.
Okay.
But
Promise. But yeah.
because I don't know what the. Well, I know. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Nashville in the house. I was talking
There
about
it is.
Alexander Chappelle. Yes, that's what I
Yes,
thought.
Alexander Chappelle.
I didn't think, Jonathan, I didn't think you were in Europe. I mean, maybe you were like on a trip or something. I'd be very impressed that you were on the live with us.
Yes.
If you were.
Fan
mail.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. 370. Yeah. 37068. I was thinking.
Oh, gosh.
I didn't know if I had that right.
Katie, did you have a good birthday last week?
Creeker dudes, what's up, man? All the way from
Yeah.
Nashville, Tennessee.
All right.
Creeker dudes. I saw something about you guys. I don't know if it was.
I don't know.
I can't remember. Maybe it was on Instagram.
We know something.
But
Don't know what it is.
I know. I love seeing other folks who are builders in Nashville. All right. The last dab. Oh yeah, last dab. That stuff. I see people take that, and I'm just like, they're gonna die.
Yeah,
I don't think I would do well with the last dab.
I would need a huge tub of the vanilla ice cream, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd probably just cry for a long time.
It's
And
all
then
good.
like Jennifer Gardner is the only one I've seen. She ate the whole thing. She was like, she didn't want to wimp out on it.
She went the whole way.
She
Yeah,
did,
some
but
people
she
tap
got
out.
She got like if you have follow her at all on Instagram, which you should because she's amazing. She's so nice all the time. So
Yes.
she got a tiny bit cranky, but it was still
Tiny
like
bit cranky.
adorable. You know, it was like the cutest thing ever. And that was it. I still need to watch the Paul Rudd one. You've said
Yeah.
it's so
It's
good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Haven't seen it.
It's the best.
Anywho.
Yeah. Any
Yeah.
hoosies.
So what else we got going on?
I don't know. Not much. We're pretty
Mother's
boring.
Day.
Yeah.
I
It
know.
was Mother's Day. We didn't do much other than get ready and go over there.
Yeah.
But we did have. So in the video, if you didn't see the video from this morning, we had my son. It was actually so if you do watch the video, it's funny because we actually didn't realize it until like the 4th or 5th time I saw it. Is that it's actually both of my sons. One that is actually behind the bars of not the bars. He's behind
I called
bars.
it though. I was like, that
He's
looks
just
like cold. Yeah.
But one who's behind the railings, he was kind of like chilling, watching, and then my other son was like flossing, and then he did the last dab. He was like, I just made sure I didn't slap you
Yeah,
in
I
the face
appreciate
there.
that. That was nice.
So yes, we watched that with the family, and
They got a kick out of it.
Yeah, it was one of those things where we were not sure if he would like it or be like appalled by it, and so I was like, I gave him a preview for. I didn't want him to be embarrassed.
Right, he gets embarrassed somewhat easily.
So I didn't want to like throw out and like not tell it, because we were like, oh, we'll surprise him, and when it comes out, we'll all watch it and it'll be hilarious. And so we were like, and so I showed it to him, but I had to hype it up. I was like, dude, I can show you something that's awesome. And he's like, okay. And I showed him, and he was like, that was so epic. And I was like, oh, perfect. Yep. And so we did it.
So also I think he felt like he looked cool because he wasn't smiling at all. Mm-hmm. He was making direct eye contact with the camera.
He was very proud of
very
that.
Intense.
He was like, I'm so glad I didn't smile because that was
if
epic.
If he had smiled, it would have had to be cut, you know?
Life of a third grader.
I mean, what are you going to do?
So that's,
He's a fourth grader.
He is fourth grader.
He is. Oh, okay. I know. Whatever. Time marches on.
Crafts by Cunningham, he says he's in Orlando, but he's from England. So, you know,
that counts.
That's close.
We'll claim it.
Katie just had a friend come in for the weekend, planning to go to the beach, but it rained all weekend, so you hung out and watched TV and cooked all weekend. You know, that's a good alternative, Katie.
At least you were somewhere else.
Does Canada count as international?
Yes.
You know, Rob.
We can't get in there right now, so yes, because my sister, they were planning on going to Niagara Falls this summer. And of course, you have to go on the Canadian side because the American side stinks, right? Like comparatively. She was like, yeah, I mean, it's a better view. York, right? It's a better view from the Canadian side, and there's not much going on the American side, from what I recall from like 15 years ago when I saw it, but that's what I remember. And so she was like, you know what? Just for funsies, I'm going to make sure we can actually get into Canada, because it didn't used to be a big deal at all to go into Canada. No, you cannot enter unless you are like on business, like official business, or like you have to have just, hey, we want to go check out the falls.
On a syrup run?
No, and you have to have a passport.
Official business?
Huh?
I'm here for the syrup.
I'm here for the syrup. Yeah, no.
This is officially an issue.
So
We are out of maple syrup.
She's not doing that. But you know there are people that probably drive up there and didn't check first, and what a rude awakening to be like,
oh yeah, that
you
would
can't
really
come
stink.
in.
That would really stink.
No.
Let's see here. Creaker dudes. Speaking of somebody said, and these are coming out of order. I don't know why they come out of order, but they do for us, because I can tell by the way they're coming in. Because I think, Katie said, planning on doing Workbench Con. So they just announced, I think, that they're going to be doing Workbench Con in February. Yeah, it was like yesterday or the day before.
Okay, February 2022?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You saw
that would be the next one.
And yes, I absolutely plan on being there without looking at my calendar at all, but I would love to be there and do plan on being there.
Yeah.
So Creaker Dude said, would I ever consider doing a woodworking convention / class, like when I made my meal tray at Woodcraft, which, by the way, we used this morning. My very first, the serving tray. So my very first woodworking project I ever made that was not a key holder, well, I'll call it real woodworking project. I used walnut. It was the serving tray.
Love runs deep, folks.
It does, but it was also with like oak that we put like a nasty like colonial oak or like, you know, whatever. What is that? What's that stain?
I don't know.
American oak or...
I like how you're asking me this question.
I don't know, but it's like or chestnut or I don't know. Anyway, the horrible yellow.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what we serve. Like the breakfast in bed is always on that tray. But you know, I've done a few things like I've not done it like anything. I talked to there's the local woodworkers guild in kind of the greater Nashville area is the Cumberland Woodworkers Guild for the Cumberland River and all that good stuff. And I went and spoke there one time about Instagram. I didn't do like a class or anything. And the Woodcraft down in Franklin it's a good place that has classes as well. I've talked to them about doing a class, but you know, it was like, we talked about doing a flip top. We were like, well, it would be cool to like do a flip top cart, and like you come in and like in the weekend you build a flip top with me, like we build it together and everybody leaves with the flip top.
Teachers I thought that would be fun. That make and take.
Make and take. Make and flip.
You take your flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be fun. I think that would be fun. You know, I'm not interested at all in coordinating anything. So No, if it's up to me of like to like get all
Like
this
the hats
going,
all over again.
that's not going to be me.
It ain't gonna
like that is,
happen.
I am not interested in taking on that burden because I just, quite frankly, I don't have enough. I'm not passionate enough about like I really want to teach and like bring this thing. Like if it happened, would I be a part of it? 100%. Do I want to have any stake in planning it? No. I want to show up and do my thing and be done.
I mean,
because I have too much stuff going on.
I was going to say, like, it's not that you're not like
fit.
passionate about teaching. It's about you have so many things. Like Brad's super duper busy anyway. There's a lot of different fires to put out a lot of the time.
So if something did happen, I would love to. I would help promote and be a part of it, but I would not be the driving force behind it. If that
right, he's not the coordinator.
No. Not me. All right. Larry says the province just a 70% vaccination. I assume that's vaccination versus vacation. So we can start phase 1 reopening. That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Larry, which I assume he's in Canada.
Oh.
The province.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, because around here, like our governor has been like. Yeah,
we've been open for months.
You can no longer. There are no rules left to enforce with the masks. Like it's now, and like individual businesses can still require it.
You can do what you want to do.
Government employees, school districts.
So
school districts are still doing it.
We're quickly like the more we're out, and we're out a lot now because we have been vaccinated as well.
We're out like a
you're starting to see it's starting to be now more normal. I'd say it's like
it's really funny.
3/4. Like most people are still wearing masks, but you're starting to see more and more not.
But like,
and frankly, we've been out without masks as well a couple times.
Don't turn us in.
Well, because we didn't, and we weren't like I'm not going to turn around. I'm like we're vaccinated, whatever. It's cool. And like there's no rule against it.
Typically, a place that we're in and out of really quickly.
Right.
Like we're not.
And that they don't have, like we're not in there like we're not wearing masks.
Right. Or it's like. Honestly, I've done that at Chipotle where there's like really no line and all you're doing is getting your food and then sitting down and eating anyway. And we would have taken the masks off. And so I'm like, well.
Some of these people aren't wearing masks that are working in the store.
Right. Well,
like we went to a Jersey Mike's.
Chipotle, they've always worn their masks.
We went to a Jersey Mike's and there was like 2 people that were working that weren't wearing. And we're like, well, if you're not wearing them, I ain't
And they're so far away. And like they have that whole big counter with a table separating you and a barrier. So I'm like, really, as long as they have been vaccinated and they're not. I don't know. It's a whole thing. It's a weird time. Like I feel like we're all in limbo. Like now it's kind of transition time.
Yeah.
And yet, like when you talk about Workbench for next year, I'm like, yeah, Workbench would be great. And I just kind of have my fingers crossed that nothing else crops up, like some weird strain that suddenly we have to go
like
back again.
Reemergence or whatever.
Right. So we'll be very responsive to that. But it's kind of hard, like you'll go into business sometimes and like no one's wearing a mask around here. And then 5 minutes later, everyone in there is wearing a mask. Like it's very, that happened to me yesterday.
Fluid.
It's very fluid. Yeah.
Fluid situation. All right. So what do we have? Doc, if you're having problems, send us a DM, Doc. Message us in Patreon. But basically, so Doc's asking about, he is part of the Builders Club and getting access to the early video. So basically, like I send a link, which is, so when I do the early access, I basically upload it and it is unlisted. And then I send the link. And so if you have access to that link, you don't have to watch it in Patreon. You actually watch it on YouTube, but you just have to have the link. And so it's like I post the link. So I think they embed it in that post, but you can also click it and it would open up in YouTube as well. But if you're having any issues, Doc, let us know. I mean, it's open right now for the public at this point. So, you can just go straight to the channel. But for in the future, if you want to get those early, let us know. We will be happy to take care of you. Nathan's like, do you have a new video coming soon? I tell you, see, look, this is like, it's like you give them 2 weeks in a row and then
they expect it every week.
They expect it every.
I mean, we have no idea, honestly.
I know, and so we've stopped talking about. So if you heard us, we'll say the next video.
Right.
And when that video comes out is when it comes out. I'm done because I feel like it's a jinx. Like if I say like, oh, this next Sunday or like whatever.
It's like when you, go ahead.
But that being said, our baseline release schedule is every other week.
Right. Anything more than that is a bonus.
Bonus. And if we go week to week, then that might mean that the next one doesn't come out for 3 weeks.
That's possible.
On average, we post 2 videos a month.
Right.
And, that's kind of been the average over the last couple of years. And as much as like we try to move it or force it, and it's like, because some projects are big and take longer, I've tried to do weekly and I've just never been able to do it.
Well,
and it's also because the types of content that we want to do.
We have kids, and I think that for us, the work-life balance, I mean, it's
right.
Like the 2 weeks when we were just working so crazy hard doing 2 projects at once. I mean, our kids are old enough that they can kind of just get along on their own for a while, and they're perfectly happy doing that. But it's not great quality of life for the family. No. So
we just threw like a 10-pound pork shoulder in the fridge.
Just jumped on it like the cruise.
Fired up the grill and just like eat for the next week, and we'll be
exactly.
back.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
Whenever you're
done.
But
I was gonna say when we keep saying, "Oh, it's coming out this week. Oh, it's coming out this week," when we used to do that, it almost feels like when you have a planner and you're writing down your list of to-dos each day, and then you have to like draw the arrow and move it to the next day, and then you get so sick of doing that because there's things that you just keep moving it, keep moving it.
I've got several going right now.
Yeah, well, and then that does make you reevaluate, like, what do I need to just not do this or just get it done? But with the video,
not the planner. Different. The planner you got to keep moving because you got to do them. You got to keep moving them.
I'm saying that the task, but we're getting sidetracked here. I'm just saying that's kind of the way it felt to me. Was like, it's like we're getting beat up every week by ourselves.
Yes, that's kind of how it works.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, Larry is in Saskatchewan. Cool.
Oh wow.
Craig corner clamps. David McDowell. Do we have any that we'd recommend other than the Craig corner clamps? So the Craig corner clamp, which I actually have one right under here.
The Craig corner clamps.
Which, come on.
Here somewhere.
That's right. So Craig corner clamp. This is
it's really solid.
It is specifically for
corners.
Yes, for corners. It is more specifically for the actual Craig jig and for using pocket holes. Because the cool thing about this one is that it actually goes into the corner on either side. But then the way that this little piece works here. I don't have any wood around here, but dude, like I've gotten rid of like all this wood. We don't have I used to just like grab everything off the scrap rack.
What are you gonna do? Let's bring it back.
Have less visual aids. But anyway, as this goes on here, the thing I do like about that is it has these little indents where you can, like, if you are using pocket holes, you can put the pocket hole right in there. But this one is a little hard to use, like depending upon how the boards are joining, and without having the wood right here, I can't think of how it is an issue, but I know that it does because of the way that this is. You'll have to, kind of mess around with it. And sometimes it doesn't work exactly how you want to because of the orientation. So the ones that I do have, although I do have all my clamps around here, the ones that I have used that I enjoy that are super low budget, and these are my granddad. This one is my granddad's. Just old school is this style here. So this is the other corner clamp I have used. This is an old school. Be careful there, kiddo. Like you're going to click that and it's going to be like end live.
You're getting schmitzel there.
I know, it's all good. And this is old. This is Craftsman. Back when Craftsman actually made stuff that was worth a darn.
You sound so old and crotchety. But
Which,
it's probably true.
Their new cordless tools are nice, but they went through a time. But this kind of just clamps right on there. So I've seen they still sell this style that are really cheap, inexpensive, and a lot of them are cheap as well. But this is the only other type that I've used, and it works okay. I mean, it's not the best. The other style I would tell you that maybe you want to look at is something like this. So this is a Wood River, and they make these in a lot of different brands. It's just like a clamping square, and then you can clamp on either side of it. I'm getting schmutz on everything, aren't I?
I know.
So something like this, which typically they'll call these clamping squares, I like these as well. And some of them even have notches in. I know like Woodpeckers makes one that's probably like $17,000 that you can get to clamp onto the sides and make square corners with them.
Yep. Square corners are good corners to have.
Square corners are the best corners. All right. What do you say? I know everybody's like, we love the videos. Just keep them going. Yeah, Christian, it's not the assembly table yet, but the assembly table is on the
It's percolating.
shorter list. It's moved up
Where
or
is
down. Just
on
where
the
is
list?
it?
I'm
Right
trying
here.
to.
I don't know. It's not on the.
Oh, I have a request. When you
A
build
foot-
this
a
thing,
foot,
I need
a foot rest?
rest.
Oh,
for the lights.
You know what's gonna be so great is I'm just gonna have it be straight, so you're not gonna be able to sit down.
No.
You're gonna have to be back here because there won't be any knee space.
Why would you do that to me? I mean, you designed the thing. You could totally make
I've
it
seen people where they make those like a pull-out bench. That's what I could do. Have a pull-out bench,
that I can sit on.
a pull-out seat. Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
silly pants. Wouldn't you like tip the thing over? It's that heavy that you wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
There's a bench that you can sit on. Like
Yeah.
you pull out a little seat to sit at.
Yeah.
That sounds so cool.
There you go. You heard it here first.
I like
I mean,
it.
mine's not gonna have that.
Other people's just though. I mean, I had no idea that was even an option.
And David, you may have been talking about the other corner clamp from Craig. I just keep pulling these things up. Actually, I don't even know if I have it
He's
under
like
here.
a magician
I
pulling
am.
like rabbits out of
And
his
for my
hat.
next trick, I will pull out. No,
Maybe. I don't know.
think
What are you
I
looking
actually
for?
have that one. If you're talking about the corner clamp that's got
Disappointment.
the peg that goes into the pocket hole, yes, this one is way better than that.
Way better.
Because yeah, that one is it's okay, but because you have to clamp it in a hole, you can't drill that hole, so it's automatically going to be the clamping pressure is going to be less because it's further away from the next pocket hole that you drilled. So that's the down, and that's why they remade it and made that corner one. So yes, that corner one is way better than the other one. James, what am I using for lighting? We have American Green lights, LED lights in the shop, and I also have a little key light right there, so that's helping light up my face, which I didn't turn up as much, so because I get the shadow from the hat.
Hat shadow.
Hat shadow.
Hat shadow.
But yeah, if you look at the video, I did put the link to that, even though I didn't talk about it. I covered the lighting extensively in the 2019 shop tour, if you're interested in really getting the nitty gritty on it.
Yep, it's true.
Christian said, knowing Brad used the same lights they used for the Super Bowl. Yes, no, I don't. And then also, like, so that's just a thing too, right? Like camera settings, because like if I change this, like, we'll get super dark. It's like, hey, why'd you turn the lights down? Now I don't know what this is at, but so yes, it is camera settings as well. So
It looks good.
there's the So there's the.
Look how bright we are.
I know. I may have even gone one further, but yeah. So I have a DSLR camera where I can adjust the exposure triangle, as they call it. Shutter speed, f-stop, or aka aperture, and ISO. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's true.
It is true. All right. What else we have here? You're welcome, Dave. You're welcome. Or I'm sorry, David. Oh, I said Dave. Erwin has a nice corner clamp too. Cool. And Bessie, yeah, Bessie makes awesome clamps. I'm sure they've got something really cool.
Evidently, I need to see Ben Tardif's workbench.
Katie,
Is there like a little platform that comes out with cushions on it where I could take a nap? Because that would be delightful.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not familiar with Ben Tardif's workbench. I've seen a lot of his thumbnails. I don't really follow him. I don't know him personally.
Yeah.
I don't tend to watch a whole lot of stuff of people that I don't personally have some interaction with. I got a lot of comments that at the end, like not a lot, but like 2 or 3, which seems like a lot in the beginning. And they're like, "Oh, you're using Jimbo's Garage music," and I was like,
"Who's Jimbo? Jimbo?
Jimbo's Garage. It's like a YouTube channel. Like I went and searched for it later.
Oh.
And he's like seems like a cool dude. He's like more of like a metal worker, but one of the songs he uses for his intro is like a song off of Epidemic Sound.
Oh,
so it's really funny.
yeah.
Like, so people are like, "Oh, that's his music." Well,
like
he just picked a song from Epidemic Sound,
right.
and I picked a song from Epidemic Sound, and
guess what? It's
because
the same
he
song.
uses his all the time. That's like when you say like, "Oh, it's Peter McKinnon's intro," like when it's like whatever Peter McKinnon's old intro music. That's just an Epidemic Sound thing, but
is it really?
Yeah, all of his stuff because he uses Epidemic Sound. But
at a certain level,
when
don't
people
you,
no, not really.
No?
Most people still use those. So, but when somebody uses the same song over and over and over, that's kind of like their song. And so it was funny. And I was like, oh, like,
Sorry, Jimbo, we had
like
no
the
idea.
name sounded familiar, but honestly, like I'd not seen his videos, and it's like it's crazy. Like you hear these names, and like I'll go look him up, and I'll be like, oh, this guy's got like 600,000 followers. Like I have no idea who this guy is. It's like just so crazy, like how many content creators there are out there, and that it's wild to know how many people like you just don't even know about, and then somebody will say something about it, and I'll like go look, and I'm like, oh, cool. So, but I have watched some of Ben's videos. He's like a stuntman or something. I thought he was a different guy actually, and I was like, do I know you? No, I don't know you. There was a different Ben that I had interacted with, but it was not him. All right, who else we got here? Who carries Irwin? I don't know who carries Irwin's these days. It's a U-shaped with a stool. It's a U-shaped bench with a stool in the middle. Okay, I do remember seeing that on the thumbnail. So yeah, so like you can, and then just, I guess you just work all around. Just have the U-shape. Just do all your activities.
Impressive.
Oh, we don't have a good. All your activities? That's a weak title.
I
Actually, I think it should be the hot sauce.
Yeah. Well, you were doing crazy gestures at the time, and I thought, oh, yeah, this is probably going to be the thumbnail, so maybe don't. Oh, speaking of thumbnails.
If any of you guys have not looked at the thumbnail for last week's
Don't
live,
look at it. It's hideous.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
Well,
you just did.
I mean,
you might want to go check out last week's thumbnail.
Just to publicly shame you. I mean, I said, do not use this thumbnail. And what did he do? He was like, ooh, people will click on this. I will use that thumbnail. I look crazy.
I mean, it's like reverse psychology. I thought you were reverse psychology.
No.
Psychologian?
Well, you already had like two or three.
I thought you done did that reverse psychology on me.
Okay, check. Listen, you had like 2 or 3 different options before that ever happened.
But when I actually went and looked at it, it was too good not to use.
Of course. Whatever. I don't care. I care. I care a little bit, but not that much.
Yeah. It'd be different if I like didn't have all my crazy faces on there.
They're not usually you looking crazy.
I know. Christians ask about the saw stop. Would there be a way to go?
No, we're all looking at it.
Yes.
Thanks.
What would you say is a good table saw to use that is a little bit friendlier for the wallet? That's an interesting question, Christian, because back in the day, I had a pretty stock answer to that, and I feel like I've gotten a little bit out of touch with the different options for the table saws. Because there's been some that have like consolidated or they just don't make them anymore. Like kind of and I'm talking like decades here, but like Delta. Like Delta used to be like I would always recommend Delta, and then they haven't made good table saws for a long time. Like I don't even think they still make the Unisaw. I think they probably went out of production because I've not heard anything about it in years and years and years. But there's some newer ones on the market, and so if you go check out the Laguna model, I know Shop Nation, Travis over there at Shop Nation has, he just did a review on it. And so that one, like, that was his specific thing. Like, should I get a saw stop or this Laguna, whatever, Fusion, I think it is maybe. And then like the other alternatives that I know that have been around for a while would be like Grizzly, because they make a good cabinet saw. I probably wouldn't go up to like a Powermatic because I think that there's a premium there that you're paying for the name that doesn't necessarily come with the benefits of the features. So I would definitely look at Grizzly. I mean, there's been a lot of consolidation. There's not that many people that make like great table saws anymore. I mean, it's kind of like saw stop. I'm hoping Laguna brings it to the market. I mean, competition is always great, but I would definitely check out Laguna and Grizzly and see what their offerings are. But, there's like Rigid used to make a decent contractor saw. I think they actually still may produce it, but it's, they haven't had it in stores in forever. I don't know if they still produce it and just sell it online or not. But, it's kind of a weird thing. There's been a lot of consolidation. Jet has a lot of them, but a lot of theirs are smaller. You don't want one of those pro shops. Those things are horribly underpowered. It's not a cabinet saw. Compared to a cabinet saw, it's horribly underpowered. It is a contractor saw. It's like the whole hybrid thing. Sometimes they have this thing where it's like it looks like a cabinet saw, but it's like that is not a cabinet saw. That is just a contractor saw trying to look like a cabinet saw. So with the hybrids,
Just trying to look fancy.
I would personally get something with 3 horsepower just to not have to worry about it. So that like, because I ran some stuff on the pro shop and it was like, I was running like 2-inch thick cherry and like I had to slow it down because it was just dying.
Oh, that would stink. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, you know, I mean, mine is an absolute beast.
How many horsepower do you have?
Mine's got 5.
5.
It's the industrial version, and I only got that because came up on Craigslist. I was looking for a 3, and I can just like I just stand back and like throw the wood through it. It just slices it in half. But yeah, 5 is well more than you need. But I think 3 is the sweet spot for me personally. Your mileage may vary if you're not cutting a lot of stuff. You know, for plywood and stuff, yeah, like I used a 1.5 horsepower contractor saw for a long time, and it was great. You put a thin kerf blade on it, you're good to go. You just have to be careful at times, especially like hard maple, stuff like that. Whereas a 5 horsepower, you just do whatever you want. You just throw stuff through it. Okay, the CNS 175. But I hear you. What is it? Oh, what is the CNS 135? Is that the 175? Oh, that's I believe what that is the saw stop contractor saw. Is that what that is, David? And the 175 is the 1.75 horsepower. I believe.
It's like a pop quiz.
I know. All right, what else we have? Now everybody's looking at. I know. See, they agreed with me. Katie, what do you think? Of course they did. Katie said she's gonna go look at it, but she didn't reply. It's not bad, Susan. You're good.
Just keep telling yourself that.
Katie D. We got another Katie in the house.
All right.
Katie D. Putting some feet on some beer flight boards. Should we do that before or after we put the polyurethane on? It depends upon how you're attaching them, and what type they are. So if I was when I was putting feet on cutting boards, I would always put them on after I finished, and they were always screw-in feet, and that's what I would recommend. I have also done feet where I'll do the sticky version where you just put them on there. But if you're going to do that, if you're going to use the adhesive style, at a minimum, I would make a recess with a Forstner bit that is the same diameter as your rubber bumper foot, and then just a little bit, right? Just so that like if you knocked it, like you know, if you like slammed it down real hard, that in your sticky foot, if you didn't have that, it'll pop off. So if you have just a little recess, then that kind of helps it keep in there. And if I was going to use those, then I would do it before, because putting adhesive on like an oiled board is not going to be great. Oh, it's polyurethane, so probably not going to matter unless you're trying to and using polyurethane versus like I was doing like mineral oil. Like that would not stick on mineral oil. But if it's polyurethane, that's a film finish which will harden, so you could put adhesive feet on it. I would still recommend just doing it at the end and using screw-in feet would be what I would do. All right, you can make it? Laguna F1, yep. Yes. Yeah, was that the Fusion? I don't know. F1, Fusion 1, whatever. I know, yeah, table saws are tough because I feel like there's just not a lot of options out there.
That's what you keep saying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sticking with it.
It's your story, you're sticking to it.
I got one, and so I don't need one, and so I'm not too worried about it. Ridge still makes theirs. Travis, what's up, dude? Ridge still makes theirs, the R4025 now. Oh, they have actually done something to it? That's great, because I know they didn't do anything to it for a long, long time. Let's see here. Micah Hicks decided to do some woodworking and construction, looking at wood shops, and ended up on Ron Paulk. Me, John, and a few others. Awesome. Yeah, Ron Paulk's awesome. He's got that cool Paulk style workbench. He kind of innovated that has the cutouts. It's not a torsion box, but it's a hollow box, and that's like a top, and then you can put stuff in there. So it's got like a little cutout.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like a top. It's like a box on top, and then you can put your tools in there. It's like if I had a bunch of junk, you could stick it under there.
Nice.
And not have to go all the way down.
Yep.
I don't know. What do you think about table saws? I feel like I've been talking.
You probably need them. Evidently.
What's your favorite tool in the shop?
Oh gosh. What's my favorite tool in the shop? You?
I mean, it took you a while to get there. I was gonna say whatever I was like, you missed you missed the option on that one.
Well, I got there eventually.
You did.
That's all that matters.
Ripcord said polo is not food safe. It is not, because once you're like swinging down, hitting that ball, you could smash a sandwich like so easy.
Yep. But you did our.
You meant poly, but it came out polo.
I saw that comment and I was like,
polo is not food safe.
And then I thought it said polio. I'm like, polio is definitely not food safe.
So I will say this. My stance on food safeness of finishes is that any finish, and again, this is like not whatever FDA approved and all that stuff, but
you're not the FDA. You don't speak on behalf of the FDA.
No, any finish that is a film finish and hardens totally is inherently food safe because it doesn't transfer, right? So it's not like an oil
even
where
if
you put
cut
that
into it.
The issue is if you are cutting and then it can break up, but it's basically like inert. It's like a dried thing. Like it's not, there's no chemicals going on. It'd be the same thing like if you accidentally ingested, I can't even think of anything, a little flake of cardboard. I don't know. That's a horrible example, but Teflon. Exactly. Teflon's a perfect example, actually.
I'm looking
because
at
we look at our
pan.
pan. Like, do you ever look at the bottom of your Teflon pan? Like, we've had one for at least.
We probably should get rid of them. And
we should
a
decade, and there are just scrapes all in it. So
all that
Teflon has gone into our bodies and through it. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the same exact thing with polyurethane. That being said, again, like I'm not recommending that. I'm just saying that. Once if it's fully, same thing with like epoxy, because like there's no transfer there because it's hardened.
Okay.
But if it's an oil now, like you wouldn't want to do like a linseed oil or something like that, because then that's not a hardening type of film. It's an oil-based film.
Right.
But you are 100% true. Polyurethane is not USDA food safe.
So yesterday I saw some cutting boards at like a little festival thing I went to.
Brightsell had some with epoxy on them too.
I saw one huge board. It was a big board with epoxy coming down, like there was like a crack. And your mom was asking like, so what is that? And I was thinking epoxy. And they said epoxy resin, blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, can you cut on it? And they were like, yeah, no problem. Like, would you have epoxy? Like, it was almost like, I mean, it wasn't a river table, but it was like one piece of wood with a crack in the middle with epoxy in there. And they were like, you can do whatever you want with it. You can cut on it.
I think people are fast for that exact reason. The only reason it wouldn't be from a concern. My biggest concern with that would not be, like, I'm going to kill somebody because they're going to like ingest epoxy and like get poisoning and die. That's just ridiculous. It's not going to happen. What could happen is like you're chopping on it, you're making like, epoxy is strong, but eventually, especially if you're like cross cutting and you're just dicing it up, or maybe if you hit it with the point of the knife,
you're just
is that it could chip out. I mean, epoxy is brittle, because it dries hard. And so if you chipped out a piece of epoxy and then that got in somebody's food and then they like bite on it and like crack a tooth, or it like,
or like
drives
the germs,
into their gums.
The germs could get into like where that crack was.
I mean, that's wood.
You shouldn't be using like raw meat on that anyway.
But that's my concern. It's like people that I would never sell a cutting board and tell people to cut on it. If I had like a decorative one, like the one that we did for like serving, and if we ever cut on it, it would be on the top part, not on the epoxy. I would never recommend to cut on epoxy with actively cutting it, because like eventually that epoxy is going to break out.
I was thinking the same thing, and I just kind of was like, I'm not a woodworker.
That's not cool in my book. But whatever.
Say anything.
Like,
I wouldn't have let your mom, please. There was no way. We were not buying any of these boards, and like this would be that'd be like the ultimate betrayal if I came home and I was like, I spent $250 on this.
On this cutting board. I would lock you out. I'd be like, you're not getting in this house until you return that.
That would be bad.
All right.
Really bad.
Katie is asking about the next house project. What is the next house project?
Who knows? What is it? I don't know. What is it?
I don't know either. Maybe a feature wall.
Well, our daughter is really.
Oh, or a bunk bed.
I don't know if it's a house project. She's really wanting a new bed.
Like a cabin bed. Loft bed, cabin bed, something like that. Probably wouldn't be a cabin bed, actually, for what she's wanting.
It would be like a farmhouse loft bed. It'd be really cute.
Maybe. I don't think it would be. That's not what she wants.
What? Since when? The
And you
one
can't-
that we found online?
Like Jen's?
Yeah, well, kind of, sort of, but
Those are a
different.
lot lower because you need the height to do all that junk. Like we couldn't do that with the size of ties. It's like the loft bed I made for my son, the blue one. It's pretty high up. Like, and we can we sit up in that without hitting our heads? Barely.
Yes, we planned
But
it that way.
barely. And so just imagine that and trying to make that into like, you can't do that. It's
shoot.
got to be a lot lower.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know. We haven't answers.
Guys, we've only got 8-foot ceilings on the second floor, 9 foot on the first floor.
And then you see these people that have, or these studios that have like loft beds set up in them, and they have like 11-foot ceilings or
Right.
something. Like, who has that? Like,
Yeah, if we
most
want to
people
build one in
don't
here, that'd be
have
great.
that.
We could build it here
Right.
for the
We could
video
have, like,
and
a
then
whole jungle gym in
never do
here.
anything with it, but yeah.
But yeah, I know.
So
But
not quite sure, Katie, but those are some of the things that are on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all good. All right. Well, I think we're
Yeah,
at 10
I
o'clock.
think it's time.
We're going
It's
to get
a
rocking
little
and rolling.
after.
It is. So thank you guys so much for joining us this week.
Thank you.
And be sure to check out the video, if you haven't already,
Right.
from this morning and how I stole my neighbor's fence and upgraded my deck.
Right.
If you want to see all the details, go check it out.
Check it out.
So happy
It's
Mother's
fun.
Day again to all the mothers out there. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, already had a wonderful day, and have a great week. We'll catch you guys next Sunday. See you
right.
later.
Bye.
Peace out.
Good
Bye.
night.